Hello all, in today's video we are going to learn about linked state routing algorithm. We have seen about the problem in distance vector routing algorithm, that is count to infinity problem. We will rectify that problem using the linked state routing algorithm. Why is it named as linked state routing? While we are routing a packet from the source to the destination, we are making a routing table. The routing table in distance vector routing had information only about the distance to its neighbors and what is the outgoing line. But we will have in linked state routing, we will have the state of the link also provided in the routing table. Because in count to infinity problem, we were not aware that a particular node has gone down and there is no connection to that particular device. Because of that, the count has reached infinity and the nodes were not updated with the information. So we go with this link state routing algorithm where the node in the network knows the entire topology of the network. That means every node will have all these information. What are the list of the nodes and links in the entire network? How are they connected, including the type? What is the cost or the metric to reach from one device to another? And what is the condition of the link? Are they up or down? That means are they connected, available, or they are not available? How do we build the routing tables in linked state routing? In linked state routing, we have a 4 set of actions that ensure that each node has a routing table showing the least cost node to every other node. What are the 4 steps? We have to do creation of linked state packets. We create packets called as link state packets. What does these link state packet consist of? These link state packets consist of the information about the link's state. Okay. Then we distribute or do dissemination of these link state packets to all the other nodes or all the other routers in the network. Unlike in distance vector routing, we were sharing the tables only to its immediate neighbors, not to all the nodes in the network. When we are sending these LSPs to all the nodes in the network, we call this as flooding. We are flooding the entire network with the LSPs, link state packets. Then what we do is, after creation of LSP, dissemination or distribution of LSP, we will form a shortest path tree for every node, which shows that this shortest path tree will show you that how can A reach to all the other nodes in the network in the shortest path possible. And then how is this shortest path tree constructed? It is constructed by calculation of a routing table based on these shortest path algorithm. So we will learn first about what is the first step, creation of link state packet. That means what does this link state packet consists of? It consists of large information such as the node's identity. The node name is A. The list of links. For example, it is connected to B, C and D. Then a sequence number. Sequence number for what? Not for the node, for the LSP that I am creating. For the link state packet I am creating, I will maintain a sequence number so that I can solve the problem of flooding. Because of flooding, I will flood it to all the other nodes. And if I want to distinguish between the new LSPs and the old LSPs, I can go with the updated sequence number. And then comes the very important factor called as age. Age is the age of the LSP packet. I will set the age of the LSP packet. When the age becomes 0, because every time it is not exactly, but like the time to live field of the packets, that when it becomes 0, it will be discarded. Age will prevent the very old link state packets from remaining in the network for a long time. Then I said we are building the routing. Then I said that we are going to do flooding. What is flooding? After a node has prepared an LSP, it is disseminated to all the other nodes, not only to its neighbor, called as flooding. Then we will go for formation of shortest path tree. How are we forming this shortest path tree? We make use of the Dijkstra's algorithm for forming the shortest path tree, which is also called as shortest path algorithm. This algorithm works like this. It will divide the set of nodes in the network into two: permanent nodes and tentative nodes or temporary nodes. What Dijkstra's algorithm does is, it will find the neighbors of a current node and make them tentative. After examining them, when they pass the criteria, it will make the nodes as permanent. Okay, we will understand this with an example. Let us see what is the flow chart for Dijkstra's algorithm, or what is the workflow of Dijkstra's algorithm. What we do is, we will set one of the node in the network as a root node. And this root node, what we do is, we will classify the nodes into a permanent list and a tentative list. If the tentative list is empty, what we do is, we look for the neighbors of a particular node. After I visit a particular node and I will select a node with the least cost. For example, these are the nodes. Neighbors of, this is my working node now. How will I make it permanent? I will make it permanent by visiting its neighbors. These neighbors will be added into the temporary list, and I will select a neighbor with the least cost. And then this will be made as a permanent node, and then neighbors of this node will be added into tentative list. This process will continue until the tentative list becomes empty. Let us understand with an example. We have permanent nodes and we have tentative nodes. See here, this is a network. I would like to get the shortest path tree for node A, for example. Okay, now the node A is a root node I am considering, and the cost to A is 0 itself. What is the next step? I will get the neighbors of A and put them in the tentative list. The neighbors are B with a cost of 5, C with a cost of 2, and D with a cost of 3. Then what I do is, next step is, I will look for the shortest path from A to C using its neighbors. It is C. So now this C will come to the permanent list. So A was already there. Now C is the next working node or the permanent node. Now you can see here, C is made as the next temporary permanent node. Now what are there in the tentative node? We have B and D. Now among B and D, if I see the neighbors of C, who are the neighbors of C? Neighbors of C are A, which is already visited, B is already there in the tentative list, and the other neighbor is E. So what I do is, I will add the other neighbor of C, which is E, where the cost will be 2 plus 4, 6. Then now this has become a permanent node because its neighbors are visited and the shortest path is calculated. Now again I will look into the tentative list and I will look for the shortest path, that is D. So I will select A is already there, C is already there. Now the next working node or the permanent node will be D. You can see the one in the orange, circled as orange, are the permanent nodes. Now the next one is D with a cost of 3. So I will make use of D and I will look for the neighbors of D. Who are the neighbors of D? You can see the neighbors of D are A, which is already a permanent node. So what I will do, I will have the neighbors left, the nodes left in the temporary nodes are B and C. Then now which is the shortest one among this? B. So now I will move B into the permanent list as B as 5. Now B has become my permanent node. You can see B is the permanent node now. What are the neighbors of B? They are A and E, which are already, and C, which are already visited, are there either in the permanent list or temporary list. What is left? 6 is left. E is left. So now next node will be E. E will be my permanent node. So you can now see that I have got the rates from A to Z, from the node A to all the other nodes using the Dijkstra's algorithm, that is shortest path algorithm. I can reach from A to A with 0, B with the cost 5, C with the cost 2, D with the cost 3 and E with the cost 6. So I got the routing table for the root node A. Likewise, I can make routing table for all the other nodes in the network. You can see A with a cost of 4 with a cost of 0, B with a cost of 5, C with 2, D with 3 and E with C. E, I am reaching from A to C via A to E via C. Okay, so likewise I am updating that I am reaching from A to E with a cost of 6 via C. So this is about your link state routing, where we will make use of link state packets. We will make use of link state packets where we will do creation of LSPs, where LSPs will be disseminated, distributed. Those LSPs will consist of the information about the links in the network, whether they are available or not. They consist of the sequence numbers, the age, and we'll construct a shortest path tree for every node so that we can route the packets from one node to another in the shortest time or shortest distance possible. So this was about your shortest path routing algorithm called as the Dijkstra's algorithm, which is used in link state routing for constructing the shortest path tree. Thank you.